For me, it has been a great experience. I think when I hear some faculty think about, oh, what will it be like to take on a Propel student in my classroom, I always tell them it will be no disruption. It will be just like having an additional student or two in your classes. And if anything, I find that they're often the students who actually come and who tend to have, that bright affect in the front or the back of the classroom, wherever I might find them. And the students who appreciate those extra moments that you have to spend with them before or after class.
I know that one of your students wants to be a counselor for
Really?
teenagers, so he really wanted to be in psychology.
Good.
So he could kind of look at that as a career, so.
He is always there, and I hope he'll reach out to me to talk about that.
Yes, I hope he's super shy, but so I hope he
Okay.
will too.
Okay. We were walking up the stairwell together the other day, and I kind of tried to talk to him, and I got a little bit, but
Yeah, I think
I'll
Billy
keep
Joe
trying.
tried to recruit him for the psychology club, so
oh,
just,
nice.
we'll keep working on that, to get him
Small
to do
steps.
stuff like that, so.
Yeah.
So,
And that is one thing that I've noticed is that, I think sometimes the tendency when you're hoping a student is having a good experience in your class, the tendency is to be overly inviting and sometimes just realizing that the relationship might build more slowly than you might be accustomed to, but still saying hello when you see the students, letting them know that you see them in class, letting them know that you are available to answer questions, and then giving the time for the comfort level to build up such that they might be willing to share with you that they're interested in being a counselor later in life.
okay.
I don't know if there have been any surprises. I think the biggest benefit has been, again, just the level of enjoyment that the students really seem to have, and often I think some college students take it for granted. They had to come to college. It was always the expectation, and they may not be in a great mood to show up for class. And so I think the only surprise is just the interest in the classes the students have. Teaching a lecture-based course, I feel like I have less opportunity to work one-on-one with Propel students. But I guess for 3 semesters now, I have had a student from the Propel program in my class, and in the first semester, it seemed that some students were really good at utilizing my office hours as a way to come and check in on what was due. I don't want to say a less threatening way, but in a less formalized way that probably felt more comfortable to those specific students, that when I can drop by and it's just myself and Dr. Hambrick. And so those office hour moments I think have been really useful. Other things that I find useful are just small things. Sometimes when students reach out and they're asking me something that's in the syllabus, you start to get mad and you think it's in the syllabus, just go look in the syllabus. But knowing that some students, and certainly not all in the Propel program, knowing that organizational skills might be one thing that's an additional struggle for them, I have tried to just be more, to use it as a learning experience for those students. And so when they will say, what time is the exam, or where am I supposed to take it, I will say to them in a maybe a kinder tone that it actually is in the syllabus and how to go find that, right? Here's even the page that it's on, and here is where you open the Blackboard page and go find it. And I think those actually showing instead of just telling has also been really useful, where you can say, well, sit down and let me pull up my computer. When you open up Blackboard, this is what I mean when I say the toolbar, or words that sometimes professors throw out that we assume everybody understands, but that might not generalize. So yeah, I think actually walking them through things that they have questions about has been useful, instead of just saying, here's what to do, showing. You know, it's easy for faculty in university settings to have one view of what a college education is supposed to do or is supposed to be for. And I think sometimes that one view is that the whole point of being in a class is to pass it with a certain grade and then use that to launch you into graduate school or this or this. But to really be open to all of the various ways that being in a college class can be beneficial to not only Propel students but to all students. There are socialization opportunities. There are opportunities to learn about organization and to also learn the consequences of not staying on top of it. Right? And so something that I have always stayed true to is the deadline is the deadline for every student in my class. But then having warm conversations with students about when that doesn't actually work. You know, when they'll say, I missed the exam, and I'll say, you did miss the exam, and here's how you make sure that you don't in the future. But you did miss that exam. You can take it for practice. I want you to take it for practice, but you won't be able to get that grade. And recognizing that those are really important learning opportunities. And don't mean that the student isn't benefiting from being.
Oh my God, no, you're so right. And the way Alexis, when she talks about this grant, she says is that college campuses and classrooms are perfect places for people with developmental disabilities to learn, to get more acclimated to the world.
Yeah,
you know, it's a safer place, but you learn so much.
Yeah, but the rules of the world, to a certain degree, do apply here. Yeah,
they're really good places.
You're not the actual employee, so you're not at risk of getting fired.
Right.
At the same time, you kind of see that zero in there for that assignment that you missed, and that's an indicator of a place that needs to be improved.
Yeah.
So, and I think my philosophy on that has shifted now in the third semester, where I think the first semester, you probably remember, there was a student that I knew quite well and who struggled to make it to the exams, and at first I said, oh, you know, I'll let you redo it.
Right.
And then I thought, that's not what's most helpful.
No, he needs to learn how to be reliable. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I hope I was able to push that spirit in him a little bit.
It's an introduction to the adult world, isn't it?
Yeah.
So thank you so much for doing that.
You're welcome.
Anything else you want to add?
I don't think so.